Hello students, this is Mrs. Watson. We're just going to do a very quick refresher of Pemdas, which is our order of operations, what we do first and then what we do later. So let me give you an example. Let's say we have, let's click on this. We have 2 squared plus 3 times 5. Okay, in order of operations, it tells us that we're going to do any parentheses first. We don't have any parentheses, so we're going to move on to exponents. We do have an exponent, so we're going to do this operation of exponents right here first. And so that's 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, or 4. So we put 4 there. Now, we are going to do all multiplication and division as we encounter it left to right first before we do addition. So we're going to put that plus sign. We're not going to do anything with that yet. We're going to go over here where we have a multiplication problem. 3 times 5 is 15. Oops. Sorry for the figures being a little bit skewed. Okay, so 4 now, we can go back to the addition and subtraction, which is the last part. 4 plus 15 is 19. So that's just an example that we were doing the other day. So let me get rid of this. We're going to get rid of everything here on the screen, and I'm going to give you a new problem. Now, sometimes when we have order of operations, we're going to have ones with variables. So let's say I have 2k squared minus 3p. All right, when we have a problem like this, what we're going to do first is we're going to rewrite our problem. Or if you've already written it, you can just go in and do this. We're going to put parentheses around our variables. So k is a variable. We're going to put parentheses around k. I'm trying to do this carefully. And p is another variable. We're going to put parentheses around p. Now, we're going to rewrite this with the parentheses and leave off the variable. Everything is going to be identical except for that. So you can see that this is the same problem except that we have not put the k inside of parentheses or the p inside. Now, we're going to give a value of k of 3, and we're going to give a value of p of 2. So that means wherever there was a k, we're going to put a 3. So we have k here. We're going to put a 3 here, because that's what k is equal to. And wherever p was, we're going to put it 2. So now we're going to follow order of operations. And the first thing order of operations tells us is we're going to do any parentheses. We have parentheses, but we don't have any work inside it. So that's we're going to move on to the next thing. And then we have exponents. So here we have 3 squared. So I'm going to write this 2 here because I'm not doing anything with it. It's going to be multiplied by our value 3 squared, but we have to do 3 squared first. So 3 squared is 3 times 3. 3 used as a factor 2 times, and that's the number 9. So now we're going to replace 3 squared with 9. And then we still have 3 times 2 over here. Now, PEMDAS tells us after exponents, we're going to do any multiplication we encounter left to right. So we're going to start over here, and we have the first multiplication, which is 2 times 9, which is 18. We're not going to do addition or subtraction yet. We're going to go on to this multiplication problem, which is 3 times 2, and that's 6. Now, at the very last, we do our addition or subtraction at the end of the problem. So what we're going to do then is 18 minus 6, and that is 12. So that's the way we solve these problems with variables where we have values that we have to plug in. What we do is we write the original equation, and then we put parentheses around the variables. After we put parentheses around the variables, we rewrite it, leaving out the variables, writing everything including the parentheses exactly the same, but leaving out the variables. Then thirdly, we're going to plug in the value for those variables. K equals 3, so we put 3 in here where k was. P equals 2, we put 2 in here for where p was. And now we follow PEMDAS as we solve this. Since exponents are done before multiplication and division, we come over here and do 3 squared, which is 9. And then we go back and do our multiplication. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6. And finally, at the very end, we do our subtraction. So that's the way you're going to be solving these problems. You will see some examples in your homework, and you will also see some examples in the sheet that I'm going to send you, which you're going to put into your notebooks. There will be 2 copies on the page for the notebook page. Just cut them in half and put one into your notebook. Fill out example 2, just like this, following the instructions, and then proceed to your homework. I will see you during class, and I hope you get this in time to do this, maybe if not tonight, because this is posting rather late on Sunday night, at least Monday morning before your classes start. Thanks very much, guys. Talk to you later.